There's a lot of competition and there's a lot of bad reputation in that area. So you really have to focus down, know exactly who your customer is, and offer something of real value. That is the way to go.
Top 5 most profitable businesses to start in 2025. Number 5, a digital agency. Number 4, bookkeeping and accounting for the gig workers. Number 3, online courses. Number 2, drop shipping. And number 1 is e-commerce.
Well, I have some thoughts on this. I don't know what order he's ranking them in, or these are just all supposedly good, but digital agency is the only one I generally agree with. If you have the skills or can learn the skills to deliver on marketing and advertising lead generation for businesses, there are a ton of agencies out there. It's hard to tell who's good, who's not. There's a lot of churn. You can definitely get your foot in the door. You can get started. If you're doing a good job, you deliver tangible results, you'll keep your clients, you'll grow over time. You can do really well with it. The margins are pretty solid. You really have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to churn through clients. You're going to spend a lot of money acquiring a new client, and they're going to be out the door in 3 or 4 months because they're not happy with what they're getting. Accounting / bookkeeping, which he spelled wrong, for gig workers. I happen to own an accounting and bookkeeping company. I would say gig workers are a pretty terrible market to go after with bookkeeping. They're too small. Their bookkeeping needs are so basic that there's no reason for them to pay for a service. They may need tax returns. Tax returns for gig workers could be a thing, but even there, it's pretty small. I don't think this guy has any idea what he's talking about when he's throwing this one out. Online courses is all over the map. If you have something to teach that has value, that is unique, that you can market to a defined audience and you can create the course, you may be able to do very well with this. But there's a lot of people throwing crap against the wall hoping it'll stick. So there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of bad reputation in that area. So you really have to focus down, know exactly who your customer is, and offer something of real value. That is the way to go. And then the other thing is, if you've got evergreen content, once you make it, great, but then you've got to keep marketing it. I think it's better to have content that changes all the time. That way you keep people locked in, coming back to you, buying the update for the year or the quarter or whatever, the newest thing. You have a higher lifetime value of each customer and a reason for them to keep coming back to you. I think that's a better way to go. Drop shipping, you absolutely don't build your own brand. The whole point of drop shipping is you're selling other people's products. You're just not storing them. I don't know if he's even using the term drop shipping correctly here, but there is not much margin in drop shipping and it is a very challenging business. And then e-commerce, same thing. I was at an e-commerce convention not too long ago, and the consensus kind of was, if you're not doing at least $1 million in revenue in e-commerce, you're kind of better off getting a part-time job at Starbucks because you'll make more. E-commerce has become an ultra competitive business, whether you're on Amazon or you're direct to consumer. If you're not on a platform with customers, then you're paying a lot in ads to get customers. And either way, you're competing with literally millions of other sellers, many of whom can survive on a lot less than you can. And so unless you have a truly differentiated brand and product and your own audience, e-commerce is a very challenging area to get into. So bottom line is, I feel like this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I don't know what his business is or what he's selling, but I don't think he's giving these recommendations based on his actual results. He's giving this list off of a list he found somewhere, or his own ideas based on thinking about it, but not really knowing what he's talking about.